I'd be willing to bet $100 billion that my hair is starting off all nice and straight in the beginning of this video. Okay, and by the end of it, my roots are going to be so frizzy and curly and just... It's finally starting to cool down a little bit where I live, even though that's not saying much. But it is still so humid. Ugh. But it's okay. We're gonna do something fun today to get me in better spirits. Today, we're gonna be reading more of your submitted crochet stories. Hey babes! Welcome and welcome back to Moonbae Crochet. It is Brandy and today I'm here to read more of your submitted crochet stories. I wanted to take a moment to address that I'm almost positive that this video is going up on Friday, October 3rd. Okay, we're officially in October, meaning it's time for spooky shirts, right? But also October 3rd. On October 3rd he asked me what day it was. It's October 3rd, so we also wear pink, okay? Anywho's, in case you are new here, my name is Brandy. I love to do crochet content on here, sharing patterns and projects that I love, sitting down, having a cute little crochet and chit-chat moment, sharing a story or two, just getting cute, cozy, and crafty with you guys. So if any of that kind of content sounds interesting to you, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, sticking around. We have lots of fun here. And after watching this video, in case you have anything that you would like to share with me for a future video somewhat like this, my email is always linked down below. Send me whatever you'd like. Photos of your whips, your projects, your pets, stories, cute stories, absurd stories, wacky, wild stories, whatever you got, I'm here to listen to them. And you are always free to be anonymous if you so choose, just let me know. Otherwise, if you don't say whether or not you want your name shared, I just probably won't share it. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's submitted stories. Our first submission is from a subscriber named Raven, and they said, "Hi again, Brandy. I was in your last subscriber crochet story with the panda amigurumi and the bouquet blanket whip. I'm proud to say that after 3 months, the blanket is complete. I'm seeing Grandma again next week and can't wait to see her face when I give it to her. P.S. In case you were curious about the panda, my girlfriend absolutely loves it and she plans on making a shadow box to proudly display it in." Aww. And this is the bouquet blanket. It is so adorable. Oh my gosh. First of all, pink is my favorite color, so I love the cute little roses. They're like little buds. How adorable. Oh my gosh. See, this is making me really excited because as some of you guys know, if you watch like my crochet and chit chat videos, I've been working on a bouquet blanket for my mother-in-law for Christmas. I'm making the base purple, and in this photo it's like a cream color, but this makes me really excited to like get mine done. Mine's going to be like a sunflower themed one, so I can't wait to see how that turns out. But thank you so much for sharing with me, Raven. It's so pretty. And then also, I'm almost positive you were also in my last, so the one where I shared the panda, I can't remember how many episodes ago that was, but you, I think, were also in my most recent sharing subscriber stories videos, and you just sent me a picture of your beautiful cat. So thank you for that. If that wasn't you and I'm mistaken, then that's my bad. But I'm almost positive you did. Gorgeous cat and gorgeous blanket. Thank you, Raven, for sharing with me. The next submission is from a subscriber named Madison, and they said, "Hello, I was watching your subscriber story part 6 and saw one of the stories focused on a mosaic crochet hat. I wanted to share the mosaic crochet blanket I made the week before Christmas for my grandmother last year. It was my first large mosaic project and has inspired me to make a mosaic blanket for myself. The red blanket was the one I made for my grandmother, and the blue/purple one is my current project." Okay, let's see. Holy moly. That is gorgeous. Like, what in the world? I can't believe that you crocheted that. Not that I believe that it can't be done, but like I'm currently working on this Snoopy tote bag for my sister-in-law for Christmas, and I'm like doing a little graph gan thing with it, right? So the graph part of Snoopy is literally only this big, and like the bag is going to be this big. So there's not a whole lot of color changes that I have to do, and I am still kind of struggling a little bit. I cannot imagine doing that on something like this, but it is beautiful. You did such an incredible job, and this is how it looks on the back. Like, it's so clean. It can be reversed, you know, beautifully, and it doesn't look bad or anything. How? I mean, to be fair, I don't know a lot about mosaic crochet. I don't know if it's similar to just like regular color changes or graph gans or stuff like that, but oh my gosh, I can't believe that. I mean, I can believe you did it because I mean, I'm looking at it, but wow, that is mind-blowing. And then the blue and purple one you said is your current project. I can definitely make out some trees. This is so super impressive. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing with me, Madison. This is wow. I want to know how long it takes you to make something like this. Wow. How? I'm just mind blown. You guys are like insanely so much more talented than I am. All right, the next submission is from a subscriber who would like to be referred to as Crazy Guts. They said, "Hello. I recently subscribed to your YouTube and followed your TikTok because your videos are perfect to play in the background while crocheting. I thought I would share how I got into crocheting as I never get to tell anyone and it is very sweet to me. My mom first let me play with yarn when I was young enough to not remember, but I do have memories of literally just single crocheting long chains and stopping there. I wouldn't venture past chains till maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I then tried my hardest to jump straight into a blanket or even a crochet duck. Long story short, I was never able to make the blanket or ducks look good. But that led me down a path of every winter I seem to pick crochet back up. It's been a nice hobby to do, and every time I do it, I learn more and more. Winter is, in my opinion, the best months to crochet because in summer, I'm too hot and sweaty to be covered by yarn. LOL. Thank you for reading my story, even if you don't share it. Have a good day." Aww. Well, thank you for sharing that with me, Crazy Guts. That's really sweet. And you know what? Yeah, so I always say that fall is my favorite time to crochet. But the thing is, like, I crochet all year round regardless. Like, even though, you know, in the summer I do prefer to work with things like acrylic or maybe cotton because it's lighter, not as hot. But yeah, I can totally understand. But I mean, like, I don't know, if you've been keeping up with this channel, you know that I've been complaining for the last, I don't know, whole month that it's been so hot here where I live because, I don't know, my part of California, it doesn't get hot like the rest of California for some reason. Like, everywhere else is summer, you know, July and August is like super hot, but it really didn't start getting hot where I live until like maybe very late August. I honestly feel like it didn't happen until like early September. And so regardless, even though we're in fall now and it's still a little bit too hot for me, fall is always my favorite time to start crocheting because I feel like I just get in the zone, you know, all the stores start putting out their like pumpkin desserts and it smells like cinnamon in the air, and to me I'm always like, oh my gosh, okay, we're getting into like the cooler months and it's time to throw on Harry Potter, and I start getting all of these cute ideas for like, okay, what can I crochet now so that I have it ready for Christmas time, because winter really is like my favorite time of the year. Like, it's just so like nostalgic and fuzzy. But I think because of that, the anticipation of everything is like what gets me really excited. And I feel like right before that, you know, it's fall. But I definitely agree with you. Winter is also like an amazing time to crochet and stuff. It very much feels cozy and lovely to me. So honestly, even if you're just picking it up now and then, I think winter is like the perfect time to do that. So I love that. And yeah, if you just keep it up, I mean, you will learn more and more, especially if you're like super into YouTube like I am. That's really how I learned. I just learned from watching tutorials. Like, I didn't necessarily teach myself. I learned from these wonderful people who post these like free tutorials on YouTube. It's such a fun, accessible hobby to get into, and there's just so much you can learn and so much you can create literally out of string. So I really appreciate you sharing that with me. Thank you. The next story is from a subscriber. They don't say whether or not they want to share their name, so I won't. But they say, "Hi Brandy, I've been watching your YouTube channel for a while. It's entertaining and I feel like I want to share my story with you and your audience. I'm a 30-year-old woman. When I was at law school, I was diagnosed with young onset Parkinson's disease. It was devastating, but it was the early stage of Parkinson's, so the symptoms, mostly the tremors, weren't noticeable. It was the last year of my career, so I didn't want to give up and work my ass off until I finally graduated as a lawyer before someone noticed it. I'm proud of myself, to be honest. I was able to work as a lawyer for 2 years. But y'all are wondering, what has crochet to do in all this mess? Well, I reached out to the point where I could not been able to work anymore since stiffness and dyskinesia, abnormal and involuntary movements, were interfering in my daily activities. I quit my job and returned to my family's house. It was a depressing time back then. So, to keep me busy, I started to crochet. I learned crochet when I was at middle school, but never kept doing it until last year. I could crochet because there are times when the meds are working. That's what we call on period, because basically I'm on, period. I crocheted when I could, when my rigid body allowed me to do it. One day, a friend of my mom came to our house. She's a 50-ish-year-old lady. We started to chit-chat while my trembling hands were crocheting something. I don't remember what. Then she stared at me and immediately sighed. While looking at me like I'm the lamest person in the world, she said, "What a waste. All those years of studying so you could have a promising future, and now you're crocheting." Holy who the I was about to cry. Shit. What an asshole she was. First of all, that's definitely not something you should tell a person who's trying their best despite their disability. A disability I didn't ask for. Second, she's talking like she paid my college fees. If I didn't study my ass off, I wouldn't have the understanding on how to deal with this disease. I can assure I'm doing way better than most Parkinson's patients. Third, crochet saved my life back then. It's a hobby, yes, but if it weren't for that, I don't know where I'd be today. Arts and crafts are a safe space for disabled people, so don't look down on us just because we crochet. P.S. Nobody asked me, but I'm doing fine now. I went through DBS in July, and it was the best decision of my life. Okay, hold on. I don't know what DBS is, so I'm going to look it up very quick. Deep brain stimulation is a surgical procedure used to treat the symptoms of Parkinson's disease. Oh, benefits. Can significantly improve motor symptoms and quality of life. May reduce the need for medication, can help patients who are no longer responding well to medications. Hey! Okay, well, first of all, thank you very much for sharing your story with me. I can't believe, like, all that you did and you went through, and you're literally the same age as me. Well, I'm gonna turn 30 in November, but still, like, wow. I don't even know what the word is. Like, I feel very honored that you felt comfortable enough to share that story with me. So thank you. And wow, I mean, first of all, congratulations to you. You busted your ass to get yourself through law school. And, you know, even though you only worked for a couple years, you know, in that field that you worked so hard to get to, that is still such an accomplishment. So you should feel very proud of yourself. And, you know, you said that you did. I honestly can't believe that just people go out of their way to say things like that. If anything, I feel like, you know, if I saw somebody with, you know, these symptoms of Parkinson's disease trying to get through a crochet project and doing their best, I think that I would feel very, like, inspired or like, wow, look at them, you know, like, I crochet with no symptoms like this at all. Like, I can't imagine what it'd be like to try to crochet through something like that. So I would almost be impressed. I'd be like, wow, like, look at you, you know, despite the fact that you're feeling this way or your body is doing this to you, you are still pushing yourself, you're still challenging yourself, you're still finding solace in this, you know, hobby that you love. So the fact that she would say something so ignorant and, like, rude like that to you is disgusting. Like, I just don't see why people feel the need to say things like that. But, wow, I'm, like, so excited for you that you did that DBS and you said that it was the best decision of your life. Clearly you're, like, feeling better because of it. So I'm so happy to hear that. And this is just, like, a little PSA, like, crochet and just any arts and crafts in general, any sort of hobby like this, cozy crafts, they are for everybody. They transcend age and gender and disabilities or not. Anybody should be able to have access to things that make them happy. I know it's way easier said than done, but don't ever listen to people that look down on you for doing things like this that affect your mental health in a positive way. Like, if it's not bugging anybody, if it's not, like, harming anybody, it's not their business. And I'm glad that you just felt comfortable enough to share this story with me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. The next submission is from a subscriber who says, "Hi, my name is Moon. It's fine to use my name." Oh my gosh, my name is Moon too. Just kidding, but it is right there. Anyway, I love that your channel diverges a bit from the typical crochet channels, and I think you should do Vlogmas if you feel up to it, but don't beat yourself up over it either. I have a few stories that you might appreciate. I will start with one about the time I taught my friend to knit. I was in college the days before YouTube. I lived in the dorms and had a group of friends that would get together and work on various projects. One friend worked on a cross-stitch blanket. One friend was teaching themselves to crochet and made pancakes. The others all knit or work on other random projects. You did not have to work on anything, and so some friends would also stop by just to hang out because it was really just a goss session. Sometimes we'd watch a movie, whatever. One of the people who would just hang out, I will call Brian. One day, Brian tells me he wants to learn to knit. Would I teach him? I said, sure, but he would have to get the yarn and some needles for himself. I said I would go with him to Ben Franklin's to make sure he got the right size. He wanted to start with a long but basic scarf, simple with very basic striped color work. Regardless, instead of buying a scarf quantity of yarn, he bought a sweater quantity of yarn. Over the next few weeks, we would work together on his knitting. I would often make him frog his work if it was super messy, but was careful to do it enough to learn but not enough to make it super frustrating. After a while, he grew sidetracked and decided he was going to work on some other projects, but if I wanted it, I could have the yarn. So over winter break, I brought the yarn home, frogged what he had done, it was not very good, and made a wide scarf using all the yarn. The thing was almost 2 feet wide and 10 feet long. Oh my gosh. When he returned from break, I gave it to him as a gift. I jokingly said, feel free to tell everyone you made it, just give me credit for teaching you. He loved it and wore it all the time. It was cold where I went to college, and he grew up in an equally cold winter place. So, years later, I was visiting a mutual friend, and we were going on a road trip and invited Brian and his girlfriend to join. One night, we were chatting, and Brian's girlfriend said, "You're the one who taught Brian to knit, right?" I was like, tried anyway. She said, tried? That scarf he knit is beautiful. Brian starts laughing and said, you said. So yeah, this is when his jig is up and the cat is out of the bag. That he in fact did not knit the scarf he told everyone in his family he made. I was not mad or insulted. I just thought it was super funny because I had said, and we all laughed about it. To this day, I still ask how the scarf he knit is holding up. He still wears it even now, though his girlfriend at the time, now wife, has ratted him out. Aw. I do not have a photo of the shaft, but I have included a recent blanket make. I think this is number 16 of the 20 not small blankets I have made so far this year. Signed, Moon. Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, that is gorgeous. I recently tried to make that 7-Day Star blanket by Betty McKnit, and well, let's just say the pattern isn't for me. It's written just fine, okay? I started to get through it, but I just got very bored. So not for me, but I did start it. This is my photo, and literally I only got like 2 chunks in because I just I lost interest. But seeing yours is kind of making me like feel like maybe I should give it another chance. Maybe I should try to find the pattern that you used, because it looks like it's all like granny shells, and maybe something like that would be better for me, because to me the Betty McKnit pattern had a little bit too much variation, and I didn't like constantly having to look back at the pattern and make sure that everything was correct, you know. I kind of like to get lost in a project like this, but yours, oh my god, there's so many fun colors, it's beautiful. So, thank you, Moon, so much for sharing with me this, that is a really cute story, I like that. Alright, and the last submission we're going to read today is from a subscriber who wants to remain anonymous, and they said, "Hi, I'm not comfortable using my name. I will be addressing myself as Tink. I'm 27 years old. I learned how to crochet in June of 2025. I started by playing with yarn, trying to make a book sleeve, but it turned into a circle, so I went with it and it came out as a tomato. I have made my siblings and their partner something small. Let me give you a little bit of information. My husband is very supportive and saw that crocheting was helping me with my mental health. He bought me a blank page book so I can print out the pictures I take of everything I make and stick it to the book. I do want to say I struggle with boundaries, and he always explains to me how important it is to have boundaries and to not let people walk all over me, aka my family. When I made my siblings and their partner something that came from the heart, everyone loved when I made them, except for 2 people. The first person being my brother's girlfriend. I know she loves cows and everything yellow, so I made her a mini cow car hanger, and I added a small yellow flower to the cow. When I gave it to her, she didn't say anything. Afterwards, my brother calls me and says, "Hey, can you make another cow with different colors? I will pay for it if I have to." I told him I wouldn't make her a new one even if he is willing to pay, because she's always ungrateful for anything and everything my brother and my family do for her. The second person being my sister. I made her a top and a bucket hat. The top was too small, and I completely understand that. But when she tried on the bucket hat, she said, "Why would you make me this? It makes me look too innocent." What? In my eyes, the shirt and the bucket hat are beautiful. I'm going to attach pictures of the tomato, cow, and shirt and the bucket hat. Am I the asshole for not wanting to crochet them anything in the future? Okay, let's take a look-see. Oh my gosh, I love the little cow. It's so cute. I feel like if you had given that to my best friend, her name is Rita, shout out Rita. She loves cows too, and I feel like she would love this. What in the world? That's adorable. Oh hey! Also, your tomato is very cute, and it is funny that that was intended to be a book cover, but hey, when life gives you tomatoes, you make a tomato amigurumi, you know? I think it's adorable. Also, it looks like you used like maybe I don't know if they make another twinkly chenille yarn, but that does to me look like the Juicy Couture Luxe Velour, the sparkly version. So gorgeous, love it. Oh my gosh, that bucket hat and top are gorgeous. And I mean, like, I completely understand if like, okay, if the top didn't fit your sister, like fine, whatever, but the hat is so cute. I've never made a bucket hat, but I see so many people wearing crochet like bucket hats and they just look adorable. Like, I kind of want to make one. I don't know if I would wear it though, but I just feel like it's a cute thing to make. Like, maybe I could just make them for other people. I don't know, but I think you're 100% correct in your assessment that you think that the hat and the top are gorgeous. They are. Don't let anybody ever tell you that they're not. And I'm really glad that your husband is very supportive of you and is kind of trying to tell you like, hey, you know, you need to work on your boundaries. And you know, oh wow, I feel like I've gone a few videos without actually saying this, but not everybody in your life deserves a crochet gift, okay? Everybody who watches this channel knows that by now. I think I try to drive it home all the time, but they don't. And you know, these two people have weeded themselves out as some of the people that just don't deserve them. So no, I definitely don't think that you're an asshole for not wanting to crochet them anything in the future. They don't deserve it. If they're going to complain about colors, if they're going to complain about like, why would you make me this? This looks too innocent, also is a really weird thing to say. Like, what are you talking about? So no, I think it's 100% logical for you to not want to crochet them anything in the future. They don't deserve it. They're not grateful. And you know, save your time and effort for people who do actually appreciate it. And you'll be a much happier person for it. And if they get upset with you because you're crocheting things for everybody else and not them, just bring up the fact that you have tried to crochet for them in the past and they were not, you know, willing and open to receiving it with open arms, you know? So thank you very much for sharing with me, Tink. That is very cute. And I think that your projects are gorgeous. Keep it up, please. I can't believe, I think, yeah, you said you barely learned how to crochet in 2025, June 2025. That means you're only like a few months into this. So you are doing a fantastic job. Go off, sis. And with all that being said, thank you all so much for everybody who submitted stories, submitted pictures for this video. I literally could not make these videos without your guys' submissions. So thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you have anything that you would like to submit to me for a video like this, please feel free to send it. My email is always linked down below. Literally send me photos, send me whips, send me stories. I love to share what you guys have to, you know, share. Yeah, I love like the community aspect of this, getting to see what you guys are making, feeling like you guys really trust me with these stories, and I really just appreciate that. So thank you all so much for always submitting. Please feel free to keep them coming. I don't even care if you've already submitted things in the past. If you have more to share with me, keep them coming. If you've never shared, and maybe you're like a little nervous, but you feel like you do have something that you'd like to share, again, you are absolutely 100% free to be anonymous. Your names do not need to be shared. But I think it's kind of cool just being able to see what everybody else in our cute little crafty community has going on. I would like to thank you all so much for being here. As always, I so appreciate you. I hope everybody has been having a fantastic start to their October. Lots of fun updates to come, updates to Christmas gift projects, updates to my market prep stuff that I got going on. Yeah, lots more fun stuff coming at you. So subscribe if you're not already. And thank you so much for always liking, commenting, subscribing. You guys are the best. I hope everybody has an amazing rest of your day, week, month, night, whatever you're having. Please enjoy yourself, and I will see you all in the next one. Mwah. Bye!